Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to News at 2 on Ogun State Television. I am Olayemi Takuro. Remember that you can watch us live on Facebook at Ogun TV and Ogun State Television, on YouTube at OGTV Abeokuta, and on OGTV website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, check over these platforms on X at Ogun TV, on Instagram at Ogun State Television, or you can download the OGTV app on Google and Apple Play Store. And now the news. The Ogun State government has dismissed as false and unfounded reports circulating on social media and other platforms alleging that Fulani headsmen, Boko Haram insurgents, and other terrorist groups are planning to invade the state. In a statement issued by the Special Advisor on Media and Strategy to Governor Dapo Abiodun, Honorable Kayode Akimade, the government said available security intelligence and reports from relevant agencies indicate that Ogun State remains safe and secure. The government urged residents not to be distracted by misinformation designed to create panic and fear among the populace, stressing that there is no truth in claims of an impending security threat within the state. According to the statement, security agencies across Ogun State have remained vigilant, while adequate measures have been put in place to prevent any attempts by criminal elements to undermine public peace and order. He added that some individuals appear to be exploiting security challenges being experienced in other parts of the country to create unnecessary fear among Ogun residents. Akimade disclosed that security agencies have already apprehended some individuals linked to the circulation of the false report and misinformation on social media. He noted that those arrested are being prosecuted in accordance with the law, adding that the action is intended to serve as a deterrent to others who may seek to spread falsehoods, incite panic, or create chaos within the state. The statement emphasized that Ogun State continues to enjoy strong collaboration among security agencies, local authorities, traditional institutions, and community stakeholders. This synergy, it noted, has significantly enhanced intelligence gathering, rapid response capacity, and overall coordination in maintaining peace across the state. As part of its proactive measure to further ensure security of life of learners and other staff in school premises, Ogun State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology has ordered the installation of CCTV cameras, station ambulances with paramedic officers, and clear bushes around schools affected by gas leakage. Speaking during the on-spot assessments of the schools to ensure the directive is successfully carried out, the Commissioner in the Ministry, Professor Abayomi Aribabu, noted that air analyzers was also installed, closely being monitored by the environmental officers to measure the quality of air in the school atmosphere. Commissioner Aribabu explained that the bushes were cleared to dislodge the criminals from their alleged hideouts, and the CCTV is adequately monitor illegal movements within the compound of the school so as to guard against further threats of students' lives. Professor Aribabu commended the Environment and Health Ministries in the state for their quick responses to the emergency during the unpleasant incident, reiterating that the government of Prince Dapo Abiodun will continue to do its best for the safety of lives and properties of its citizens.
I would say that some measures should be put in place. One of the measures is to ensure that we have security surveillance in all our schools. Because this thing might also have security implications. We also said that ambulances should be stationed in some of the schools and then in some strategic positions in the town, so that emergency response time is very short. We also have paramedics in all these schools, and as well we have environmental health officers, and we have local government health officers also. So as well as office also have some people representing the Ministry of Education.
In another development, the Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Aribabu, received donations of 560 furniture from the 82-87 set of Ijebu-Ode Grammar School, led by Victor Amuwo, to support the government in its aim towards enhancing quality teaching and learning for the students. Professor Aribabo said the present administration in Ogun State will forever be grateful with the old students associations of all schools because they are the only group that gives back to school without expecting anything in return. Meanwhile, the Ogun State government has announced the commencement of the sale of screening test application forms for admission into its flagship secondary schools for the 2026-2027 academic session. According to a statement signed by the Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Aribabu, the application portal opened on Tuesday, 2nd of June 2026 and will close on Tuesday, 18th of August 2026. The Commissioner stated that interested primary 6 pupils are required to apply through the state's digital identity and enrollment platform registration portal using the Learner Identification Number (LIN). Applicants and parents from outside Ogun State are advised to visit the ministry's headquarters at Okemoso, Abeokuta for verification and eligibility clearance before proceeding with registration and generation of a Learner Identification Number. Applicants are expected to select their preferred school, create a profile, and complete the online payment of a non-refundable application fee of 5,000 naira per form before submitting the application. The ministry noted that a verified LIN remains a compulsory requirement for all applicants, while successful candidates are to print out their completed forms and obtain the signature of their principal of their school of first choice. The screening test has been scheduled for Saturday, 29th of August 2026 and will take place at the premises of each applicant's chosen school. The Ogun State government urged parents and guardians to complete the registration process within the stipulated period and directed prospective applicants to contact designated officials of the ministry for inquiries and assistance. The federal government has passed a vote of confidence on the mine marshals of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps and commended the officers for their service to the country. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Dele Alaki, gave the commendation during the inauguration of 8 newly acquired gun trucks for the mining marshals at the NSCDC National Headquarters in Abuja. Alaki commended the mining marshals for their commitment and sacrifices in the ongoing battle against illegal mining activities across the country, describing their intervention as a critical component of the federal government's effort to sanitize the solid minerals sector and maximize its contribution to national economic growth. The minister also warned individuals and groups seeking to undermine the marshals' operation to desist or face the full weight of the law. The Ogun State government has attributed the recent wash-off of a section of the Car Wash Moore Junction Road in Abeokuta to indiscriminate dumping of refuse in drainage channels by residents, warning that such practices pose serious threats to public infrastructure and community safety. The government says preliminary findings revealed that waste materials dumped into drains obstructed the free flow of stormwater during a recent heavy rainfall, leading to a buildup of water pressure that eventually undermined the affected section of the road. In a statement signed by Special Advisor to the Governor on Information and Strategy, Honorable Kayode Akimade, government dismisses suggestions that the incident resulted from poor construction or use of substandard materials. According to the statement, the drainage infrastructure attached to the road was properly designed to accommodate some water runoff, but the accumulation of refuse created artificial blockages that prevented water from flowing freely. The statement notes that all materials used for the construction of the road underwent rigorous quality tests and met, and in some cases exceeded, the required engineering standards. It added that the contractor handling the project is a reputable construction firm with many years of experience and a proven record of delivering quality infrastructure projects. The statement further discloses that the contractor, alongside engineers from the Ogun State Ministry of Works, is currently on site carrying out a comprehensive assessment of the damage. It notes that following the evaluation, immediate remedial works would commence to restore the affected section of the road and ensure safety and convenience of road users. As part of efforts to mitigate the impact of flooding during the rainy season, The Ogun State Emergency Management Agency, OSTEMA, has intensified public sensitization on flood prevention and disaster preparedness in vulnerable communities across the state. The exercise, held under the National Disaster Preparedness and Response Campaign, took officials to markets and communities in Abeokuta to educate residents on safety measures before and during flooding. Olaide Oloyesoluwade reports.
The Ogun State Emergency Management Agency, in collaboration with the National Emergency Management Agency, takes its flood preparedness campaign to communities considered vulnerable to flooding. Before embarking on the outreach, officials pay a courtesy visit to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Fumilayo Shoyoyebeka, who stresses the importance of public cooperation in preventing flood-related disasters.
We don't want to lose any life. We don't want anybody to lose their properties, and that is one of the reasons why we have to support NEMA. And I want to implore you too, that whenever we beckon on you, please come to our aid. Disaster will not notify you. So immediately we are experiencing any disaster in any part of the state and we are calling on you, please respond to our needs timely.
The team later moved to Banda and Amelasho market, where traders, transport operators and residents are educated on measures to reduce flood risk during the rainy season. Participants are advised against dumping refuse in drainage channels and waterways and encouraged to maintain a clean environment at all times.
What we have done today is we have told them the practical ways of doing what to do. So it's not left for them to assist the government in doing the right thing at the right time. So that if it eventually happens, the impact will not be much as what we don't really expect.
What we are interested in is to curtail flood disaster in Ogun State. We can't hold it. Disaster will happen. We have to manage it is what we are looking for.
Residents are also urged to pay attention to weather forecasts, heed early warning alerts, and identify safe evacuation routes in case of emergencies.
Generally, it's been a great one, and we hope that this information that the people are receiving will be put to good use, and they would have reduced disasters in Ogun State.
Some traders and residents commend the initiative and pledge to adopt the safety measures highlighted during the campaign.
We will try to find one day that we can keep it for Environment Day. Everybody to make sure say they clean well.
Officials say the sensitization exercise will continue in other flood-prone communities as efforts intensify to reduce the impact of flooding and protect lives and property across the state. Olaide Oloyesoluwade, OGTV News.
As artificial intelligence continues to reshape communication and information sharing, Nigerians have called for its responsible and ethical use to maximize its benefits while minimizing its risks. The call was made by respondents who spoke with OGTV News while assessing whether AI is a blessing or a menace to society.
Artificial intelligence is no longer a futuristic concept. It has become rapidly growing technology that is transforming the way people work, communicate, learn, and access information.
AI is a rising tide that nobody can stop. So you better get ready for it. Know how to use it for research, but not in a way that you will not know how to do research without AI.
Taking the discussion further, the OGTV News crew spoke with an individual who once fell victim to misinformation generated through a deep fake, highlighting the dangers of relying on unverified AI-generated content.
I watched one of the products being advertised, a medical product being advertised on AI, through AI rather, which has the image of Professor Oleshoyinka, who was speaking and confirming the authenticity of that drug coming from Wole Soyinka. I believe it was a good product, so I have to abandon the drugs I was using before and I purchased it. I started using it only to discover that I didn't see any changes. Then I suspect foul play. Then I stopped it. Then I took my time to investigate whether it was truly Wole Soyinka that did the advert, only to get to know that it was AI advert.
Speaking with the chairman of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Comrade Wale Olarewaju, he shared his perspective on the use of artificial intelligence in journalism, emphasizing the need for ethical and responsible application of the technology.
We need to understand the prompt engineering that we have to give to it. AI cannot be as intelligent as human brain. Immediately you give the prompt, and whatever you are asking the AI comes out. You still need to sit down and make sure that you edit or fine-tune it with your own human brain.
From a religious perspective, Clarice maintained that regardless of technological advancement, artificial intelligence remains subject to God's authority and should be used for the benefit of humanity.
The fruit of human intelligence. Human intelligence is a gift from God. And so because in a way it is sacred, it's at the service of man. So it cannot be demonic. It's only its use, how do we use it. It's the same way you use your pen, you use your computer, you use your phone.
Overall, respondents described artificial intelligence as a double-edged sword, whose impact depends on how it is used.
Human voices matter. Human faces matter. And like we said, it is what you feed AI that you will definitely get. So you have to also critically think, what do you want to churn out? What do you want to pass as a message across?
Now AI needs information about Africa. It needs information about Yoruba land. So prompt it, put in Yoruba nuances. You know, you have Yoruba cultures, cognomens, oriki, and all these things, so that we can own AI.
Artificial intelligence comes in various forms and applications, including deep fakes, chatbots such as ChatGPT and Gemini, virtual assistants, machine learning systems, and other emerging technologies that continue to shape modern society. Margaret Osimola, OGTV News.
The Christian Interdenominational Fellowship, Ogun State Governor's Office, Ukemoto Abeokuta, has organized a special Thanksgiving service to celebrate the emergence of former Chief of Staff to the Governor, Dr. Toyin Taiwo, as the All Progressives Congress APC candidate for Yewa South Bukia Federal Constituency in the 2027 election. Speaking at the fellowship, Pastor in charge, Prophet Anifowoshi Sami, said the essence of the Thanksgiving service was to return to thank God for granting Dr. Taiwo victory in the party's primary election. According to him, Dr. Taiwo remains one of the pillars of the fellowship, whose commitment and support have contributed immensely to its growth and stability over the years. Prophet Anifowoshi added that members of the fellowship had earlier made a vow to God concerning Dr. Taiwo's aspiration, saying the Thanksgiving service was organized to fulfill that vow.
Today is a special day for Father because he has been the pillar of this fellowship. So we want to celebrate God in him. God has made him to be the head, not the tail. It's a special day because our Father understands who is God. And even he has shown us an example of how to celebrate Jesus.
Dr. Taiwo expressed gratitude to God for his guidance throughout his political journey and especially appreciated Governor Dapo Abiodun, noting that his emergence as the APC candidate was a manifestation of divine promise and purpose. Reflecting on his political trajectory, the former Chief of Staff recalled that it began in 2018 when leaders and people of his constituency identified leadership qualities in him and encouraged him to represent them in the House of Representatives. He noted that although the ambition was not realized at the time, God had continued to prepare him for greater responsibilities through various appointments in government.
Everybody thought that I won that election, but I never said I lost that election. But I was saying I won that election. So I remember we fulfilled the vow, we bought a lot of things. So a lot of money came in that day, we bought a lot of instruments for the church, drum set, and that's the story today. So when I was made the commissioner, that's my wife, younger brother, came and said, oh, you now understand that you walk by faith and not by sight. And then the governor called me to fast track, and I was the chief of staff. And then the chief of staff. And when the Greeks, what was not denial. What the Lord took me in 2018 when they said, come and represent us. Look at how that journey has gone. Look at the fulfillment of that journey.
Christians and aspiring leaders to remain steadfast in faith, patience, and perseverance, stressing that God's timing remains the best. The Thanksgiving service featured prayers, praise, worship, testimonies, and special intercessions for Dr. Taiwo and Ogun State. The culture and tradition of any society can only be properly preserved and handed down to future generations when youths are actively involved and fully carried along. The Ogun State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Chief Sheson Fagbayi, made this assertion at this year's annual Agoegun Gelede Festival held within the community in Abeokuta. Matthew Showumi completes the report.
Gelede, a cultural festival that honors women, mothers, and feminine power, is celebrated mainly by the Yewa Ibara people in Agoegun and Ibara areas of Abeokuta. This year's Gelede Festival in Agoegun was taken to a new level through the innovation and transformation brought by one of the community's illustrious sons, Dr. Shedu Obademo. He constructed a permanent platform for the annual celebration in memory of his late mother, Madam Adejoke Kayode, the Erelu of Agoegun. The Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Chief Sheson Fagbayi, represented by the Director of Culture in the Ministry, Dr. Johnson Osonyepeju, described the development as a great addition to the rich stock of cultural festivals Ogun State is proud to showcase to the rest of the world. He commended Dr. Obademu for his immense contributions.
I think the people should continue to appreciate these gestures and continue to promote this rich cultural heritage that has a lot of potential.
Dr. Obademu said his desire to preserve the culture handed down by his forebears and change negative narratives about the festival motivated him to invest in taking it to a greater height. He called on other religions to support the initiative.
My goal was, let the culture not go down. When you go to China, when you go to all other countries, Malaysia, whenever they bring their snake something out, they're having fun. Tourists go there to watch what is going on.
The ballet of Agoegun, the Balogun of Gelede in Agoegun, and other stakeholders expressed delight at the successful celebration.
You can see, it's attracting all kind of people.
Because it's going with the new modern system, going to an international level.
The atmosphere was electrified with colorful performances and competitions among various Gelede groups. Some individuals were also recognized for their contributions to the development of the festival, with Dr. Obademu receiving the Cultural Ambassador Award. The celebration ended with announcement of winners in different categories. Prizes range from standing fans, solar fans, tabletop cookers, standing cookers with ovens, and bags of rice, while the overall winner went home with a deep freezer. Matthew Showumi, OGTV News.
And just before we end the news, let's remind you of the words of Maya Angelou that says, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude, don't complain. That ends the news at 2. Many thanks for watching.